Fox presents Predator 2. Kabam! Oh, fuck. The jungle. There's a gang war. Holy oh, fuck. We got dead cops. It's hotter than everyone's gonna die. Where's the goddamn backup? Why is everything going to shit? God, like, I don't even know how to begin on this. Like, I don't know. I still go back and forth on how. Maybe I feel like maybe I went too hard on Predator 1 the last time, but I don't know. I do love. I think the things that I love, I critique more than the things that I hate. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And so, but with Predator, like, I do like that movie, and it was a very genre-defining movie, and I would not want that movie changed in any way. I don't know how much that I've ever heard your full opinion on this movie, on Predator 2.
Well, we'll get into it then. I kind of want
right.
to start with some background context of the development history and like casting what ifs of Predator 2. Okay, so Predator 2 was greenlit after the Predator comic series by Dark Horse Comics was a hit. Like, there was no plan for a sequel with the writers Jim and John Thomas. Joel Silver decided to move forward after the success of the comics like Predator Concrete Jungle, and it actually took a lot from that comic into this movie. The comic had Dutch's brother tracking the Predator in New York City and changed to LA in the film. So, yeah, I read part of that comic actually, so a while ago. I forgot it was Dutch's brother though. Casting what ifs. So Arnold was supposed to return as Dutch. The original opening of him playing golf, a helicopter lands, and he teams up with Harrigan. I don't know why it would open with that, with just team up with me, get this fucking Predator. Didn't happen due to pay disputes. He wanted $250,000 more, and because James Cameron told him to skip it and to do Terminator 2 instead, which is,
yeah,
obviously you're going to do Terminator 2 with James Cameron. Patrick Swayze was considered but injured during Roadhouse. Steven Seagal was rejected by director Steve Hopkins. Thank you, Stephen Hopkins.
God damn,
because
fuck.
He didn't like
that.
Yeah, and Bill Paxton joins the rare Triple Kill Club, which is he's killed by Alien, a Predator, and the Terminator, which we both know that. And you know the other guy. Who's the other guy?
Oh, that's been killed by a Predator and Alien. Oh, Lance Henderson.
Boom, you got it. Yeah, set in 1997 Los Angeles over the
I'm going to interrupt you right here.
Okay.
This is the better Predator movie than Predator 1. Okay?
Okay.
Straight
up facts.
It's not facts. It's my opinion. I will not hold.
All right.
I will not say that. But my opinion is God, and everyone worships God. So, with that being in mind, this is the better Predator film. I think it has more character. I think it has more intelligence overall. Where the first film, I love what it did because it took action movies, turned them on its head, changed it into a horror movie halfway through, which had never been done before. That was awesome. I think with this movie, it kind of fits similar trope changing things within, because it's almost like it's not necessarily, but it's almost like a buddy action cop movie, but it's a Predator film. And there's not a buddy though. The buddies are just kind of every once in a while, if that makes sense. And also, I'm being very facetious. Obviously, it's up to whoever. I'm just doing a comedy bit here. I've just always loved Predator 2 more than Predator 1. And I explained that before in our first Predator film, that I didn't watch Predator 1 when it came out, so I didn't have as much love for that movie. And I do think that matters for a certain degree, because I didn't, like you said, this was in your trifecta of the movies you wore out for your VHS, your fucking, your cassette tape deck.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
This was not one of mine. Had it been, I probably would have had a better appreciation for this film. And I can't, I know it sounds like everything I say negative about Predator, I hate the movie, but I really don't. But Predator 2, I can't say enough nice things about. But okay, with that being said, I'm going to let you continue with
Well, before I start, I want to make 2 points, okay? A fascination with the Predator franchise, okay? So it seems like the series always takes like a trend of action movies. So the original Predator, it's big muscly guys, right? Predator 2 is about cops who are more vulnerable than the 80s action buff guys, like they're taking from Die Hard.
Yes.
Die Hard changed action movies.
Yep.
So we get Predators, which is kind of like scrappy anti-hero bad guys fighting predators. That was a big thing in the mid-2000s. Then you get The Predator, even though it fucking sucks, it's like an action comedy. That was big at that time. So, yeah, and then, you know, you have Prey, which we're having like, you know, more of a resurgence of the female action star, and that's what you get with Prey. So I think it's and we have Predator Badlands coming up, and it's kind of like, let's turn the bad guy into a good guy and make him more relatable, and that's sort of a thing in this generation of movies too. I think that's like super fascinating. Like they kind of go with the flow with these movies. So this has like I just noticed like a lot in common with Die Hard, like with Predator 2. Like they kind of borrowed from that. Yeah. So that's not like an insult to it. I mean, I like that they're changing shit up.
I would 100% agree with you.
Another thing.
That's honestly, Wes. That's honestly, Wes. Just real quick, I won't go long. That's honestly what endears this movie to me more than the first one. Mm-hmm. If you took Dutch Schaefer and you took Frank Horrigan and they fought, who would win? Hand-to-hand combat. Yep. Okay. That's why Predator 2 to me goes harder. This guy had to deal with way more shit. His fight was harder again. He fought longer against the Predator than Dutch did, I think. Just that whole sequence, and then the Predator crunching all the shit up to heal himself, which he has that sequence in the first film and stuff like that. But anyways, let's go back to the block by block thing. Or no. Yes. What was your point that I interrupted your second point? I'm sorry about that.
I have a second point. Yeah, I have a second point, and this is when we first became friends, okay? So I had a friend, Josh, and I was at his house, and I was supposed to spend the night. And we were watching Predator 2. Is debuting on HBO. Like, is the feature presentation. You had the HBO fucking thing, and then it's like Predator 2. We're watching Predator 2. And then I told my mom to pick up a game for me if they could find it. Because back then, when you try to buy a game, if it wasn't there, you're not getting it. It's not like they had ample supply. Well, she got the game, and I pissed off my friend Josh by going back home because she got the game. And that game was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Turtles in Time. And that's how we became friends, because Josh introduced you to me, and then it's like, he has Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Turtles in Time. And that's just like a vivid memory that he got mad at me because I'm like, I got fucking Turtles in Time, dude. I'm going back home and playing that shit.
Fuck this. This is dumb.
But I did watch. That's the first time I saw Predator 2, and I watched it like probably during the fucking sex scene where he kills like all the Jamaicans and shit in that lavish apartment. But yeah, that was the second point I want to make, because it kind of goes back to when we first became friends. So, let's go back to the beginning. Set in 1997 Los Angeles, over the top future crime levels and gang war. LAPD Lieutenant Mike Harrigan, played by Danny Glover, shows up with his baggy pants and pure 90s energy, over the top shootout, and the Predator watching. So yeah, it's like extreme violence. It's just like, this is the future.
I fucking love his outfits. I love his outfits. It's always a loose silk tucked in shirt with suspenders and them baggy ass fucking like they're like what is that shit?
It's like twill or
like
it's
twill.
Thick.
Yeah, so they're like twill pants. They're thick fucking pants, dog. But that gives him armor class rating. That's what he needs to fight a Terminator, or not Terminator, Predator. But yeah,
and this is another memory of mine. So they go and they're fighting like the Colombian drug gang, and there's this fucking coked out dude. He's like the main coked out dude with the two Uzis, And this is another time. This is like 10 years ago. We were both high, and we were watching Predator 2. Okay, I'm watching Predator 2. You said one of the funniest fucking things. I don't even think you remembered. And then you're like, you called that dude Cokie. You call that guy Cokie Roberts. And that's how I know that guy. I call him Cokie Roberts now.
I remember because Ian was there, and Ian brought that up later on because that was when I had forgot about that, but Ian brought it up, I think, when we were up to watch All Out 2021 in Chicago, because he was there. So I think but I had but yeah, like Cokie fucking Roberts, because like I always thought that name was hilarious. Like her name is Cokie. Rest in peace. I think she's dead now. But Cokie. Oh, excuse me, I'm sorry. Oh my god, yeah, that was we was having a good time then, but it's like, because it's just, but that was the whole energy of that first scene. That movie goes hard at the very fucking beginning. That movie punches. That's what I love. It's like fucking Fox presents Predator 2. Kabam! Oh fuck! The jungle. There's a gang war. Holy shit! Oh fuck! We got dead cops. It's hotter than fuck. Everyone's gonna die. Where's the goddamn backup? Why is everything going to shit? Why is this guy dead? The woman's like fucking trying to, and she gets shot at. Oh my god! And then everybody. It's like it doesn't stop, and then Danny Glover shows up.
Well,
all that shit.
You have the fucking guy from Die Hard, who played the FBI agent in Die Hard with like the acne on his face. You got fucking Morton Downey in there. And it's just like, what is this shit?
His
sensory
role.
Overload. It's like, it just jumps you right into action. I love that too. Like, I appreciate.
Dude, it's a fucking great opening scene.
Yeah, I appreciate in the first movie the slow reveal of the Predator, but this don't waste any fucking time. It's like, boom, Predator, fuck you, everything's fucked, everyone's dying. So, and then here comes the hero, Danny Glover, Mike Harrigan. But yeah, the Predator arrives. It stalks both like the Jamaican and the Colombia drug gangs because they're at war. Yeah, they're called the Jamaican Voodoo Posse. Supernatural voodoo elements with the Jamaican posse, which, like, I don't know. This is the early 90s. Jamaicans aren't known for voodoo. That's Haitians. So it's like, it's not the same thing, right?
Well, speaking of Steven Seagal, there was that one Steven Seagal film where it was the same fucking thing. It was Jamaican voodoo bull. What was that? Marked for Death, I think it was.
I don't know. I was more of a Van Damme guy than
but it was one of them.
Steven Seagal guy.
It was one of the movies with chicken blood in it, and you know chicken blood don't mean shit. And I'm just saying.
Chicken blood. You gotta watch out for that chicken blood.
Goddamn.
But the Jamaican gang was inspired by real gangs in like New York and Kansas City, I guess, during the mid to late 80s. So I mean, there's some things.
Kansas City, Missouri? There's Jamaicans in Missouri? Shit. Or Kansas City, Kansas. That's even worse. What the fuck? Is that for real?
For real, yeah. This is like what I got from my fucking notes. Let's just go with New York,
shit,
though,
okay.
in case someone calls me out in the fucking comments.
Kansas City Jamaicans. That's goddamn. I don't know how to feel about that. It's just Kansas City Jamaicans. That sentence doesn't flow right with me. Okay.
King Willie. That's where
I hope
King
they
Willie
ain't still
came
in
from.
power. They're coming for my ass. They're gonna pour chicken blood on my head.
All right. So Harrigan's team includes Danny, who's played by Ruben Blades, Leona, played by Maria Conchita Alonso, and the rookie Jerry, played by the almighty Bill Paxton. So what do you think of this crew?
Well, let's talk about the people playing the characters. Okay. Ruben Blades already a pretty prolific character actor, awesome as fuck at this point, and it sucks that we don't get more of him. I honestly kind of wish this guy didn't fucking die, because he's Horrigan's best friend. You know, they have the closest relationship, right? And then Maria Conchita Alonso, she's from The Running Man, and she was fucking awesome. I liked her in The Running Man, and then she's in this movie too. I do kind of meme sometimes because they're fucking dying, man. I kind of laugh at that line when she said, like, because it's just a little too like hammy, I guess. I don't know. It's not the accent or anything. It's just kind of it's just like more context than we need. I always laugh at that point, but I honestly love her in this movie too. The team is my favorite part of this movie, honestly. That's why I like this team more than I like the team in the first movie, because again, it's that weakness. They're just cops. They're not fucking military trained or anything. Literally, Jerry is all mouth. He's the one that's got like his speech status maxed out, and then that's what's awesome later on in the movie with him. What's he get? Okay, when Jerry comes in, he's like, "Hey, look, we're a team, okay? We're a unit. We all help each other out. I'm only going to give the speech once, kid." And then Jerry's like, "Yeah, I fully understand, man. I wanted to come here." And he's like, "Yeah, that's what scares me about you." But what's the first thing he does when they go to the Jamaican crime scene? Jerry goes and gets rid of fucking Morton Downey Jr.'s shit, and he uses his mouth and he plays ball for the team, and that's awesome as shit to me. It endears me to his character, and again, the unit as a whole. It's it's not, oh, we're gonna go just mow down a bunch of motherfucking less armed people. It's they have to use more wit to outwit scenarios. So and they have some mysterious element that we don't know if they're government or whoever yet. Hey, stay out of the way of these people, you know. Which, if I can talk about that, if we go back to the beginning of the movie when Gary Busey arrives, and what's his character's name again? I always forget. God damn it, Keyes. Is that right, Keyes?
Peter Keyes.
This was his first movie. I think he starred in after his motorcycle wreck. I think was this movie.
It might have been because because this came out in 1990. His motorcycle accident was in 1988, and I was watching some of the behind the scenes stuff. I think they mentioned this might be his first movie because Joel Silver wanted him in this movie because he worked with him on Lethal Weapon. And goddamn, like Gary Busey on these behind the scenes things, he is just fucking going off. He's talking more than most of the fucking people in these special features, which is wild. Like he's just going off.
And I remember that too.
Relativity, and from the theory of quantum mechanics, take those properties and equalize them, and you have the quantum theory of gravity, which is a discussion of how this universe started and how it will end. The Predator knows that information already.
But he cares. It shows that he's like dead if fucking cated. Like to me, it makes me like him more. Like, you know, he gets all these memes and all this shit for like being crazy and stuff, but it's like I've always liked him. Like, and you know what? After having traumatic head injury and you can remember lines and still act, I mean, what are you talking? Yeah, maybe he has talked to God. I don't fucking know what that guy's been through. I didn't go through a motorcycle crash with no fucking helmet on. Goddamn, give the guy a break. But I fucking love Gary Busey, and I love that he's in this movie. But the team, I just really love, and you know, and then with Bill Paxton. Like being the rookie member of the team, and he seems like he's going to be brash, and you think, but he in the face of death at the end, he ended up being a hard ass too, you know, like, but and we'll get to that later. But like, I love that dynamic, and I know he's not necessarily introduced in the first scene. The whole so this first scene, like we already talked about how frenetic and just how quick it is. But like, the El Scorpio gang, and they go in there and they're just strapping up to the nines, throwing coke in their faces and snorting as much coke as they can. And you're like, what's gonna happen? And then the goddamn Predator comes down and just eats them all for lunch. The guys on the house are like, what the fuck's going on? And then they go in there, and then that's when Horrigan, after they see everything that happens, he sees the Predator for the first time, and he just thinks it's the heat, because that's what's always awesome. It's always a heat wave or some crazy shit's going on. And goddamn, I can't stress enough, even now, I think that Predator effect And that's just chroma keying and shit. There's not really much technical to that. And it still to this day looks fucking amazing, dude. I cannot gush enough how much I love the King Willie scene. God damn. Cut that into this fucking shit. Because when he when it's just that water effect that it's layering. Oh, you can see the layering over it. God damn it. Yeah, we'll get to it. But
yeah, and then
I don't like the movie.
He chases Cokie Roberts to the roof. Cokie Roberts sees like the Predator and starts to try to shoot at him. He shoots Cokie Roberts. Cokie Roberts dies, falls down on a fucking table, and then Harrigan's up there. This is the first time you see that he's afraid of heights. Like, and it comes into play for sure in the final confrontation. But yeah, I thought it was great. Just like seeing the Predator vision, seeing all this shit go down, he's just waiting for his opportunity. It's like, I want to kill these bitches. Yeah, we can talk about Gary Busey and Keyes. They kind of come in after this, and his task force, and like the tensions grow. Keyes wants the Predator alive. Harrigan wants to kill it. So they basically already know about everything that happened in Predator 1.
Guatemala.
But they kind of like talk about how the Predator has been visiting during times of like heat and tension, like Vietnam, and I don't know what else, maybe Iwo Jima or something. But it kind of like hints at like they've been coming here for a while, and they hint at it again like at the very end too. So yeah, I mean, you liked Gary Busey as Peter Keyes. Like I always heard a rumor that Arnold Schwarzenegger was originally supposed to be the role of Peter Keyes, but I couldn't find anything on it. So maybe that wasn't true. Maybe it was like he was supposed to team up with Harrigan at the beginning of the movie.
That was from the original screenplay. That was what I understood, was because he couldn't get the extra $250K or whatever for his sound to come back or what. But also, he wasn't going to be the starring role, I think, was another problem he had, I think. Yeah. So that was what I remember reading in the movie Dirt Sheets years ago. And if there's no concrete evidence now, then it may not be true. I honestly don't know.
Because if it was true, I would assume that he wasn't going to be nearly as like villainous, and he wasn't going to get cut in half where his top half was hovering for some reason.
Oh no, I don't think it would have been like that. No, I mean, but I think the original screenplay, it was always going to be Harrigan was going to be the main guy, and but I think that Schwarzenegger was in his prime, and he just didn't. He wasn't going to play second fiddle, I guess. I don't know, maybe, but again, maybe this was all bullshit and not true, but who knows?
Okay, well, the Predator kills. Well, there's a big, like a woman like violently like riding some dude's dick. The Jamaicans break in. They tie the dude up by his ankles and basically cut his heart out. And this is another thing. They had to cut out a lot of stuff to get an R rating for this movie.
Yeah.
So you could definitely tell. This was a very
gory movie.
Yeah, you could tell in this scene where he like stabs him. I guess they take out his heart because that's part of the ritual, they said, but you could tell it was like cut to pieces because it kind of like cuts away from it. But then that's when the Predator kills them all and shows off all his cool little toys, like the stick, the combi stick, the net gun. That kind of like, man, that was kind of graphic.
That net scene was crazier too, because did you notice that the net started stretching over the guy for like just a half a second? It was supposed to cut that guy to pieces, that net, because it never stops constricting. Yeah, that net never stops constricting, and so it just cuts you to fucking shreds. And yeah, so that's why it's like, it just cuts it real quick. Like it's not very. You can see that it's like an animatronic guy. Yeah, they cut a fucking shit ton of the gore out of this movie, for sure. You could tell. Yeah, just like you said, you could tell that there was a lot they cut out just from the flow of. This movie was a lot bloodier.
I would love to see an unrated version of this because that sounds wild.
Oh my god, I know.
yeah, that happens, and then they investigate. They don't know what the fuck's happening because this is usually the Jamaicans are hanging up like the dude that they're killing, the Colombian dude, but they're skinned alive. I mean, not skinned alive, but they were just hanging upside skin.
Yeah, they left the Colombian the way he was.
Mm-hmm. And then one of his things, a little like fork thing, kind of bounces off and like hits a vent. So Danny boy, Reuben Blades, he investigates later on by himself.
Danny boy.
Yeah, and he goes, Danny boy.
Danny boy. And
it startles him. He falls, but out of the goodness of his heart, the Predator catches him before he falls, but then he kills him.
Yeah.
But yeah, you wish he kind of lived a little bit longer, and it kind of gives the other Danny Glover, Harrigan, it gives him kind of like a motivation to find out what the fuck's going on. But,
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I think this is when Gary Busey comes in as Keys. He like confronts Harrigan. They're tracking the Predator. They want to get it away. But after that, is that the King Willie scene in the alley? Because
yeah, I think so.
And that was like one of the best scenes in the movie, I think. Like it just like him.
Yeah, oh yeah.
King Willie, and then him confronting with, talking to Harrigan, and then Harrigan leaves. He knows the Predator's nearby, and the Predator just falls down into the water, into like the alley, the still water in the alley, and that's like one of the coolest special effects shots probably in any movie I've seen. Like this is like 1990.
God, it's so
this
good.
Is not CGI.
I know.
And he's like stomping with his cloak on in the water, and yeah, and the music, and I'll talk about the music later, but the music swelling in this scene, it is definitely one of my favorite scenes. And then it just like jump cuts.
This is an Alan Silvestri soundtrack, right?
Yes, it is. And actually, just talk about the soundtrack real quick. I watched this video of like all these huge like composers, and it was Alan Silvestri, it was Hans Zimmer, and a few others, and they were just glazing Alan Silvestri for his score for Predator 2. It's so funny. It's like these guys won Oscars and everything, and they're in these like they score these huge blockbuster movies, and they're just glazing Alan Silvestri for his score for Predator 2. It's a movie that people kind of like look down on and stuff, but they were just like, this is like my favorite score of any movie, Predator 2. So yeah.
For harmonic lurkiness, I would give Predator 2 an award.
Absolutely, no.
But those kind of movies don't get noticed for that kind of thing.
Favorite action, the lesson ever.
Yeah.
Predator 2 for me.
Predator 2, really?
Orchestration, everything.
What's going on about it?
Yes.
Wow, that's fantastic.
Anyway,
Dude, it's so fucking good. God, it goes hard, man. Oh, fuck, it's Predator. Oh, shit, it's Predator. Shit, fuck.
Yeah, and then it kind of jumps. It's like King Willie, he gets his cane, he's got the sword, he's about to fight, and it jump cuts to him screaming with his head decapitated. You see the process of like the Predator, what he does with the skulls. He like strips him, he's like sucks the brains out with a little tube on a spaceship.
Yeah.
He polishes it, goes zzz, and then sticks it on the wall with all the other.
There was a weird cut in that scene too. Did you notice that? Right when he hangs the skull up, it like seems like it's gonna zoom out more, and it just stops.
Okay,
and then like the music cuts weird too.
Yeah, I saw this on the special features that the director brought this up. So there was like a whole thing where he wanted a alien skull on the wall, and that because they already had Alien vs. Predator in the comics already. I mean, he wanted to do that. He had Stan Winston get him a skull for that. They were going to focus on it, like kind of pan and focus on the alien skull, but he didn't want to pay direct attention to it yet, because it would like throw off the movie. He felt it's going to throw off the movie. He wanted to show it at the end where you just see it all displayed. You just happen to see it there like a little Easter egg. So yeah, he explains that in the features, because he's like, oh, is an alien going to show? He didn't want to distract the audience from the story that they were telling. So It makes sense.
That's
I guess.
interesting. Cool. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so we have the subway massacre. So the Predator attacks the subway during rush hour. And this is kind of a funny scene. And this is why I really like this movie. And, Predator has its, humor, too. The first one.
It does. It has, a little bit of, RoboCop humor, kind of.
Oh, yeah. This definitely feels like RoboCop. Just, the news on all the time. Everyone, all the passengers have a gun. So you have, this...
Yeah.
Part of the Colombian gang who are, picking up on this nerdy guy. He pulls out a gun, shaking and stuff, and he's like, "Oh, look at this guy with the gun!" And then every passenger points their guns at him. It was just kind of a funny little scene, but that kind of fucks him because the Predator's going to kill you if you have a weapon. So it kills all the passengers. Yep. It is a really cool scene though, just the flashing lights, the lights going out.
Oh my god, it's so awesome.
It's just this. It's such a confined area too. And you just see him just slaughtering people. You don't see a whole lot, but you just get hints of it, which I think I appreciate more. And then it's 1v1 with Jerry, Bill Paxton's character. It's fine.
Come on, motherfucker! And he throws a baseball at him, yeah. And
it's a golf
flashing
ball.
or a golf ball, but the flashing of the subway lights like this, and it's still just he's in the camo, and that's still another good effect, man. God damn.
Oh, and then he says something, and I forgot this key scene. It happens before the subway massacre, where this is one of our favorite scenes too, where Harrigan visits the grave of Danny Boy, and you have that Predator. He's in the tree stalking him, but then the little kid sees him. He's like, "Want some candy?" And he keeps repeating, "Want some candy? Want some candy?"
Want some candy? I have that on my soundboard on my Discord server.
Oh, nice. Yeah,
but what's also that little kid, he's like, I hate when fucking people make a noise like that with you. That's not what a gun sounds like. But anyways, I digress.
Well, the Predator had to make sure that wasn't a real weapon. He's like, am I going to have to fucking kill a kid?
A lot of people kind of point at this scene too for this movie sucks because it goes wa-ching, ching. You know what I'm talking about? Where it's when he hears Danny Boy,
oh yeah,
candy, wa-ching. And you know what I'm talking about? Where he pulls the gun out.
It's a little silly, but
it is silly. But it's I didn't think it was silly then when I first watched the movie. Yeah.
Wa-ching.
Yeah, I mean, listen to it.
Yeah, I just watched
nuts.
it. I watched it last night. And I was like, okay.
Okay.
Calm down. Calm down, director.
I know,
calm down,
it's just a hard industrial noise. It's just, I don't know how else to describe it. It's funny.
Yeah, so he's about to kill Bill Paxton. This is back to the subway massacre because I forgot that scene. But and then he's like, let's fucking dance. He's got a machete. He's about to, go after the Predator, and the Predator's just walking to him slowly. Want some candy?
Want some candy? Yep.
Come on, motherfucker!
Want some candy?
Let's dance!
Fucking, that's terrifying though, dude. Imagine that's the last thing you hear before you fucking. Well, I don't even know if he was dead yet at that point because that's
no.
That part, fuck.
It is creepy. It's he's translucent.
That's
don't
point
care.
I rewind a bunch of times, when he rips his fucking. That shit's just I still can't even tell how he does it when you rewind it and even slow it down. It's he just kind of does this he's weightless. It's weird looking because the Predator almost does it in a weird way, I don't know, it's kind of nuts looking, but it's still creepy as fuck. You're like, God damn it, and he fucking runs her no. It's that's nasty as fuck when that part happens.
Yeah, that's when Leona she stops the emergency brakes on the subway and escorts everyone out, and then she goes to try to find Jerry because she don't know what happened to her. She was just escorting everyone to another car, and then she sees the golf club or the golf ball, and it's all bloody, so she assumes he's dead. Well, the predator catches her.
He's hanging there.
Yeah, he grabs her by the throat, looks at her, and sees that she's pregnant. So she has like a defenseless life form in her, so he can't kill her. That goes against this code. And that's when you see him. He takes Jerry and rips his head off, and then that's when Harrigan takes chase to him, which leads to the Slaughterhouse Showdown. So he chases a predator through. He's driving everywhere. Keyes' like secret task force. They ram him because the predator's going to the slaughterhouse. Slaughterhouse is where the predator eats every 2 days, I guess.
Yeah,
that's how they explain it. And then they're setting an ambush by Keyes with a cold environment tech, so they probably know from Dutch in the first movie that they see through heat vision. So he has this idea to wear these suits, and he can't see them. He can't sense their heat on these reflective suits that they have. But they go in there. Of course, the predator has other tech. He can see their lights. Harrigan's trying to warn them, but the guys aren't listening to him. This kind of like reminded me of the scene from Aliens where they're going into the hive, and then Sigourney Weaver's like telling him to have them back out. It reminded me a lot of Aliens for that. They probably borrowed it heavily from it, which that's all right, I guess. But the fucking predator, he just lands right in the middle of them and just slaughters them.
Yeah.
And then he's got Gary Busey's character Keyes. He's got him in his sights. He's gonna blast him, and then Harrigan comes in. It's funny. He looks at Harrigan like this, and doesn't even look. His thing like shoots at Keyes.
Yeah. It just auto-tracks him, yeah.
Yeah, goes, there's like the zoom. He's like, and you assume he dies. He doesn't die yet. And then that's when Harrigan is like fighting him. He's getting his ass kicked by the predator. And then he shotguns the predator a few times, and that's kind of cool. You see like the green blood and everything. Takes the mask off. You get the repeated line of, "You're one ugly." He grabs him by the throat. Motherfucker.
Motherfucker.
You're one ugly motherfucker.
But Keyes is still alive. He's trying to help Harrigan. He's going to try to freeze the predator, take its tech, whatever. You know how these things go. That's when you get the disc. Was it the smart disc?
The
Is that
smart
what it's called?
disc.
Yeah, and he like throws it in a very cool scene, even though it's a little weird, where it chops like the cow carcasses through there, and it cuts through Keyes, and his legs fall, and blood pours. But they cut back to it.
Where's the top of him?
Yeah, exactly. Did he get hooked? And it bothers me because they cut away from it, and then they show it again with his leg still laying there. I'm like, where's his top half? You could have like cut that other part out and not have to worry about his top half. But
yeah,
it's silly, but I don't understand why
it is, because the amount of blood that just like this blood droops out of a. So where's the top half? What's the top half? What's suspended the top half of him? Because it cuts him in half and it goes bloop, like all this fucking shit falls. But the top, like, yeah, it's weird. It's weird. I don't know. That's one of them weird cuts where something changed there. It had to be.
You don't think they just fucked up the logic of it? Because, oh man, that bothers me a little bit, but it's a cool kill. It's a cool weapon, a cool kill. It's just...
It's funny.
The logic behind it. Yeah, it's kind of funny and a little dumb. But, so, Predator escapes. Harrigan goes after it. So this is like what you were talking about. This is the final confrontation. It's a big chase. It's like a rooftop chase. Of course, we know that from the beginning that Harrigan is afraid of heights. And I was looking at the special features and how they get on the rooftop and everything, and the Predator hanging on. and he's about to do the self-destruct thing. I didn't realize they were really on a roof during that scene. It's fucking wild. And then they drop the dude in the stunt guy in a Predator outfit. They fucking dropped that dude. So that's just a wild ass stunt for me. Like, I didn't even realize that was what was happening. But you really like this final chase scene, don't you?
Well, let me back up. When is the point of the movie where he gets away? I think Horrigan's. Oh, that's when it is. When Keyes' team captures him, and because he was pursuing the Predator, and then the Predator's up on the roof screaming, and he gets struck by lightning. He's like, and he gets struck by lightning, and he's like, fucking rah! I don't care. I mean, it's kind of dumb, but it also is kind of awesome. I love that fucking part. But that was when that happens, right? It's right after he kills. Yeah, because he kills Jerry, and then he's chasing him still, and then that's when the team pursuit gets him. Predator gets away. Then they're telling him in the fucking shuttle car or whatever, here we're tracking him. This is where he comes to feed, and that's when the last fight happened. Okay. No, that's okay. I just wanted to make sure that was when that one part happened. But yeah.
He's like, rah! It's like this 90s fucking lightning all over his body.
It is.
It is stupid
it's just
and
like,
cool.
It's stupid. It's cool. It's just like rotoscope, and he's like got the fucking the skull with the goddamn. It's Jerry's skull with the fucking the spinal cord ripped out and shit. It's like, you need the spinal cord too. Like it's like goddamn. But no, I mean, this is the best part of the movie, like, because it's like Harrigan. I keep saying Horrigan, but it's Harrigan. He keeps getting the shit just beat the fuck out of him, and he keeps just getting the shit beat out of him, and he keeps going because he killed his friend Danny. Like, he's pretty much just motivated by that, really. That scene in when they're like, you need to stay away from this case, Harrigan, and all this shit, and then he sees Keyes out in the hallway, and he just goes and confronts him and throws him up against the walls like, I don't give a fuck who you are, I don't give a fuck who you work for, I don't give a fuck about you stay the fuck out of my way or I'll kill you, motherfucker. And then like Keyes is all like, yeah, whatever, bitch, I could have you stuffed out, and he just goes, fuck you, bitch. Like, I don't give a shit. Like, that was like that's why I like the team and everything, because he cares that much about everybody involved, and it's like, I don't give a shit. Well, I'm not scared of you, bitch. You look like a fucking Aryan Brotherhood motherfucker to me, so you just suck my dick like apartheid. We fought you motherfuckers at Lethal Weapon 2 years ago. Don't worry about it. So, but yeah, the chase scene, this fucking whole part is so good. Even the old woman coming, I don't think he gives a shit, like.
Well, I love where he's got the thing, and then he cuts off the self-destruct thing. He's like trying to catch on to the wall with his like fucking toenails and claw. He gets on like a duct, and it falls over. He gets to the apartment on the other side, which Harrigan, afraid of heights, has to crawl over there. While he's crawling there, he smashes the fuck out of this poor lady's bathroom to heal himself. So he's getting this. And that's what I like about good sequels to movies like this, is like, it's keep it mysterious, but give us a little bit more. Give us a little bit more of, the weapons, what they do to, fix themselves, and later on their whole like spaceship and shit. And then he smashes a wall and mixes up with this blue shit to put on his green shit on his arm because it got cut off.
Yeah.
The bright blue shit, the bright green shit, you just put it on, it burns him, he's like closing the wound. And then Harrigan catches up to him, and he just, that's what I like about it, like the levity of it. Like the lady, she hears all this racket in her bathroom. She's got like a broom. She's gonna like fight a predator with a broom. Predator just smashes through and runs away. I don't think he gives a shit when Harrigan comes through. I love the levity of this little comedy.
I don't think he gives a shit.
How funny is it? How this is a kind of like, I think they did this on purpose too. How funny is it with the Predator smashing through all the walls like it's a Looney Tunes skit?
Yeah, it's a Predator-shaped hole
That
like
shit-
this.
Yeah, there's like 2 of them. It makes me laugh my ass off every time.
Yeah, and then he gives chase. He gets on the elevator shaft, and there's like a hole underneath the elevator shaft, and boom, Predator ship. So he gets on the Predator ship, and it's cool. It's like foggy. I like the design of it. It's kind of sort of otherworldly. It's kind of orange tint to it, and that's when you see the whole display of the skulls. I don't know anything other than the xenomorph, but that was like a pretty awesome moment in the movie. Like just seeing the xenomorph skull.
I think the ship period is one of the greatest set pieces I've ever seen. How awesome does that ship look? Like, cause it looks like it almost. And I don't know how they did it because I haven't watched as many of the behind the scenes parts as you have. But like, okay, so to me, what it looks like they did was it's all fiberglass.
Mm-hmm.
And then they just put a shit ton of lights behind the fiberglass, so that because like the parts where it's thick on the fiberglass are obviously darker, but because it literally looks like the walls are lit up like from behind, and it's such a great effect with the fog and stuff. God damn, it's so awesome, man.
Yeah, it's a great scene. And then like they have the final battle, and the Predator's using his one arm. It's got the claws on it. He's using the smart disc, and he kills the fucking Predator with the smart disc right into his chest, and it kills the Predator. He thinks it's still alive. He kind of checks on it. It's kind of like twitching. The mandibles are kind of twitching a little bit. And that's when you see the whole crew of Predators. And then he drops the smart disc, and he's like, all right, who's next?
Who's next?
Yeah.
Okay, who's next?
But yeah, they show respect. They take the body of the Predator, they carry it off, and he hands him the Andolini flintlock pistol from 1716 or something. Have you seen or 1715? You haven't seen Prey yet, right?
No, I still haven't. I'm really getting ready to though, because I'm like in a Predator renaissance right now.
Okay, so the character that pistol belongs to is in Prey, and the pistol comes into play with it. So not to spoil anything, but I mean,
no, that's okay. Cool. That's fine. That's great.
Yeah, the one that gives him the pistol was an elder Predator apparently, and they were talking about it in the special features where they called him kind of like the silverback Predator, like a silverback gorilla. So I didn't notice anything like to make him look more elderly, but yeah, and that was basically the end of the movie. He had
more trophies hanging off of him.
Oh, did he?
To me, he has a lot of like bones and shit hanging off of him. He looks old because his armor isn't as like you can't even kind of see, if I remember right, you can't really kind of tell his armor because he has so much shit hanging off of him. But here's a couple fun facts you probably already knew. This was like some of the LA Lakers basketball team were playing these and they do that fun dance, that was funny. We all know about the dance. But here's something a lot of people don't know. You know that most of those Predator costumes ended up missing?
Oh, yeah. I think I've heard that, yeah. And on the special features...
all those Predator costumes,
on the special features, the director was talking about how expensive that scene was to shoot. He said it cost like hundreds of thousands of dollars with everything, like the special effects, the suits, and everything. So maybe they was like, LA Lakers is like, you can have it. You can go ahead. Because they said LA Lakers because Danny Glover was a big fan of him. So that's one reason they got him. But Harrigan, he emerges as the LAPD. Backup arrives, bloodied and victorious. The one dude from Harrigan's team, it's an actor.
Animal Mother.
He was in.
It's a Baldwin, but he's not one of the Baldwins.
Yeah, he's in Full Metal Jacket.
Adam Baldwin, that's his name.
No, Adam Baldwin in Firefly. But he's like, "You fucked it up, Harrigan. This is our last chance." Close. He's like, You'll get another one, he said, because that's another key is like, oh, they'll be back. You know, they always come back with these conflicts. So
Don't worry, asshole. You'll get another chance.
But we didn't get another full-on Predator movie until fucking Predators in like 2010, I think. So shit. And after,
I don't know.
That,
I want Predator 3, dude.
yeah, just Predator 3 and.
I just want Predator 3. Give me a Predator versus another guy.
Yeah. Go back to basics. Well, I mean, that's kind of what Prey was, I guess, but back to basics.
I know, but I want it called Predator 3. I want a Predator 3. I don't want fun. Let's fuck with the name Aliens. Alien to the third, and then instead of just Alien 3, you can't make the 3 big. It's got to be small, and then Alien Resurrection. You know, come on, like you're just being cute for the sake of being cute. I want Predator 3. Okay, Predator 3. Trace. You can even fuck up the number scheme and make it a Roman numeral this time, so that we have Predator and then regular numeral 2 for Predator 2, and then do it like Rambo where it's part 3 and then 3. Roman numeral. But no, like, yeah, this honestly to me is the last original Predator movie that wasn't kind of weird in some way or changed the formula a little too much, I guess. And I haven't seen Predators yet. I feel like I probably will like Predators, but The Predator was just irredeemable in my eyes, and AVP was not great. It was just kind of like, it seemed like a kiddie version of an Alien movie or a Predator movie. And then I haven't seen AVP 2 because I heard it was dog shit. I'm not gonna. And then what else is there, you know?
I think
Prey. I need to watch Prey, and I'm looking forward to Badlands.
Okay. Yeah, we'll probably maybe visit those maybe in a few months, and when it gets closer to Badlands, because I kind of want to watch them all again right before that movie. But you have anything else to say about Predator 2 that you want to, and you got a final rating or anything for it?
I mean, my personal rating, this is still like a 4 out of 5 movie for me. It holds a pretty dear place in my heart because it's like you took it. I don't know. You kind of took almost RoboCop and mashed it with Alien, but the bad guy's the Predator, and I fucking love that. I just love how the movie is filmed. There's something about those early 90s LA movies. I just love that shit. Like Last Boy Scout. I don't know if it's the way the oranges. I don't know if it's the light. I don't know what the fuck it is, but something about those movies really hit the way that they are filmed. All
it's
that
the baggy
old cinematography. It probably is. But I think it's also, it's 70% that, but like it's also, I don't know. There's everything less CGI, more practical effects. Again, it was a very heavy practical effects movie for the most part, until you had the special effects with the Predator suit and everything else. But I don't know. I've always connected more with Harrigan than I ever did with Schaefer. That's not to say though I wouldn't have loved to seen what if Predator 3 could have came out in like 1993 and it did have both of them. You know what I mean? Where Schaefer came out, we fought the thing together, and then now they can I don't know. There's a lot of what ifs to it, but it's just these early 90s action movies, a lot of them hold a certain place in my heart. And this, with the fact of this being a Predator movie, and I've always loved the design of the Predator. I've always loved the Predator as an adversary, and he gets way more fun tools in this movie than he does in the first one. And the fact, I don't know, there's just so much about this movie that speaks more to me than the first one, as far as who would I rate the more bad. Somebody, it just seems like Harrigan had to work harder, right?
Yeah.
Not that he was a pussy, but like he's just not a beat cop, but he's just like a narcotics cop.
Yeah, it's vulnerability.
And apparently it is a war zone, but Yeah, and then just seeing how fucking beat up and all fucked up he is, and his baggy suit's all ripped up and shit, and he's all covered in toxic dust. He's probably dead by this point, because who knows where that dust came from that he's covered in at the end, like after the spaceship takes off. God damn, like, I don't know, but I don't know. It's just, I love this movie a lot. It's still I'd give it a 4 straight up, 4 out of 5, because this is a movie I rewatch a lot, dude. I watch this movie all the fucking time. I can't give it a perfect score because it isn't perfect. I don't know. Like, I'm trying to find something negative I can say so I don't seem like a fanboy. There's probably maybe a little bit of pacing issues, but I don't think it's too bad. I think it suffers from that they had to cut a lot out. I think that's probably part of it too, because I guess it was X-rated until they cut a bunch of the bloodier shit out or whatever. But I think, it adds more to the Predator mythos and not less, which is what I like. And it doesn't mudden up anything. It stays true to what he is. It gives him more tools. It gives it, the whole environment is different. It's just completely, I don't know. It's just more, what's the term? Like, the first movie is the Predator versus Superman. The second movie is the Predator versus Clark Kent.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I get that. I think, for me, I give it 4 stars too. Like, I give the first one 5, but this one I'd give 4. It's just a fucking fun movie. I just love the vibe of it. Like, just early 90s action movie. I love that vibe, like The Last Boy Scout. Where it kind of lacks for me is probably some of the dialogue. Like, there's some, like, cringy Bill Paxton jokes, and it's just go fuck yourself. Fuck you, bitch. Or something like that. Like, I'm like, really? Is this... That's about the only thing in, like, the cutaways from some of the gore, but yeah, it's just a super fun movie. I think it's a great way to make a sequel, and I don't think it's as good as Predator, but I don't think a sequel needs to be as good or better than the one previous. It just needs to be like a good companion piece. It needs to expand on the lore just a little bit, but leave the mystery a little bit too. So I think it just balances that perfectly. It brings in levity without undercutting like the drama of it, and yeah, I think it's a really fun movie, and I always like enjoy watching it. But with that, I wanna go into some of the trivia and stuff, and we can end it. All right, so some of the production notes and stuff. John McTiernan passed on it due to doing The Hunt for Red October. Stephen Hopkins, fresh off Nightmare on Elm Street 5, one of the VHSs I owned and watched a lot. That's probably the Nightmare on Elm Street movie I watched the most. And that's the thing with Nightmare on Elm Street movies. No matter how bad they are, they're all like visually interesting. They got some visual flair to them, and I think he brings that to Predator 2. Yeah, we were talking about this, the Predator tech with the smart disc, net gun, spear. That was due to all the more prep time. They were like after the first movie. Subway scene was shot in Oakland, plus a massive soundstage. The slaughterhouse sequence took 4 days. Respirators needed due to chemicals on set.
Yeah, it was like stinky apparently.
The Predator blood was still glow sticks and glow stick fluid and KY jelly. I seen them make that on the thing. They're like mixing it up and then kind of like, it's kind of cool.
That's great.
Kevin Peter Hall studied African tribal dances to bring the movement to life. Ruben Blades. Okay, I saw this on the special features. Ruben Blades was interrupted during a Good Morning America live hit. Hopkins stormed in yelling at him. But Hopkins, he explains it's like he didn't know it was a live interview, and he wasn't like yelling at him. He's like, he was just grabbing him. He's like, we got to shoot this real quick, and it was like live on TV. And like the day after he woke up, he's like got all these death threats and stuff because everyone loves like Ruben Blades, and they thought he was just being a dick to him. It's kind of funny.
God damn, I didn't know anything about that. That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. The guy's like, he's like, I didn't mean to be mean, but holy shit, I made a huge mistake. He said they're constantly doing interviews during like production for movies anyway, but he's like it was like nothing to him. King Willie death scene was used wind water effects to simulate invisible predator walking on water. I don't know how the fuck they did that. That's wild to me. Like, did they had the guy in the suit doing that with the wind and water, right? So it's pretty wild.
Yeah. That was supposed to be a longer scene too.
Yeah.
Because that whole fight scene was supposed to be like the whole scene.
Were they supposed to actually fight, or I wonder?
Like, as far as I know, it was filmed. Yeah, they fight.
We need a recut of this. Post-production recuts. Film was originally NC-17 for graphic violence. Recut over 20 times. The lead scenes included Leona's pregnancy subplot, a longer chase scenes, and more gore with the predator kills, which I want to see that guy get cubed with the net. Like, you can do that now. You can get away with it now. You wouldn't get an NC-17 now.
Yeah, that whole the Jamaicans killing the Colombian guy, that was a bloodier scene. That was pretty graphic. There was some stuff I remember about reading. And then, yeah, the warehouse, I think it shows the Predator taking out the El Scorpios too.
Okay.
But it was one of those things where it's like less is more, you know? Like the reason the first Predator movie was so good because then you didn't see as much shit. It just happened until the end. So I think that was, you know.
Legacy and other media. The comic books, Predator Concrete Jungle laid the groundwork, similar plot, but set in New York City. Yeah, and like I mentioned already, the flintlock pistol teased a potential Predator in the past story, eventually realized in Prey in 2022. Video games. Predator 2 was adapted to an overhead shooter on the Sega Genesis, also on Game Gear and Master System. You play as Lieutenant Harrigan, blasting gang members and Predator drones in digitized 16-bit chaos. And you played a little bit of this. You like it, right?
Yeah, I'm probably going to stream it soon here before too long.
Yeah, do that.
It's a quirky game, but it's fun. It has some charm to it.
It features sewer levels, hospital shootouts, and the final Predator ship showdown. So I'm looking forward to you playing that. I kind of want to see that. And
it's got fun music. It's got weird fucking music. It's kind of weird. You'll see. It's fucking. It's funny, but it's still it's got funny digitized like shouts and stuff, and you see the triangle beam coming like to kill the hostages, and if you don't get there in time,
playing that
when it kills the hostages, they like blow apart and like this bloody spray, and it's funny.
Yeah,
it'll be fun.
It wasn't critically acclaimed, but a nostalgic gem for 90s gamers, loud, fast, and full of Predator iconography. There's also Predator Concrete Jungle 2005 for PlayStation 2. It features elder predators and connects directly to Predator 2's event, so that's interesting. I kind of want to play that.
That movie or that game wasn't terrible. I played it a couple times. It was pretty fun.
Yeah, it looks decent, and knowing it's like directly references the events of Predator 2 sounds kind of cool. Predator Hunting Grounds 2020. We both played this. Includes the City Hunter skin and the 1715 flintlock pistol. I don't think I unlocked the pistol, but I kind of gave up on it. Those asymmetric games, I don't think they do very well. It's always everyone's got like a fucking meta or just like cheesing the fuck out of it.
Yeah,
it becomes
that's
very
what
unfun.
Sucks. Once they figure out how to cheese it, then that's what it is. It's just
that's the death of the game.
Cheese on cheese. It's really hard. It's hard to balance those games, but it's funny because I still have that free demo weekend from like March 8th to 12th on my Epic, and I can't get rid of it. Like I can't delete it because like so I have this free demo for a game I can't even play anymore.
And then another little nugget here is that Hopkins actually had to fight with Fox to keep the prop xenomorph skull in the scene because it was actually stolen. And like the Predator suits, it was stolen and never recovered.
No shit. Wow.
Yeah, so that's pretty wild. Some guy just robbed that whole
I didn't
fucking
know
set.
that. That's a Alien 2 skull or Aliens skull too, because it's not a xenomorph from the first one. because you can tell because it has the ridges. It's smooth on the original Alien, smooth and translucent head. In fact, it has like that skull. It almost looks like a human skull.
Yeah, it's got like little eyes in it, like eye sockets and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. So themes from primal to industrial warfare, Predator always adapts. Feels like a detective noir film meets sci-fi horror. Commentary on militarization, gang violence in LA, crime panic, and then another thing I noticed is like everyone having a fucking gun. Like, is this? it's like really. It's not. It wouldn't even be 1997. It would be like post 1999. It's like. But so it got mixed reviews on release. I think it's around 30% on Rotten Tomatoes right now, but developed a cult status. So, you know, it just wasn't appreciated at the time. I guess people were expecting something different. People probably didn't like Danny Glover as a lead. Wanted some muscle-bound dude.
That's what I think it is because it wasn't exactly the exact same as the first.
Yeah.
They wanted more of the first movie, but it's like, why wouldn't you not want to take a chance? To me, that's what makes it better, because then if there was a Predator 3, you could, well, like they did with Prey, change different concrete jungle. That was the 1930s. Yeah. It's like you could do different things and show me different Predator technology, and then show me who the guy that they're adapting against, and you know what's weird? Does the Predator never win? You know what I mean? Because like in Predator 1 he lost, Predator 2 he lost, Predators he loses, I think. Well, I haven't seen it. Or I mean the Predator. Well, you get the the autistic kid becomes the Predator, I guess, because he gets the suit or whatever. But I don't know. It's like, could there be a Predator movie where the Predator wins? I don't know.
Could. I don't know. But maybe Badlands, Danny Glover's grounded performance and insane atmosphere aged surprisingly well, which I think we both agree with. Violent, weird, ambitious, and more lore forward than the original, like I kind of mentioned too. But yeah, I really like Predator 2, not as much as Predator 1, but yeah, I still appreciate it for what it is. I liked it when I first saw it too. I'm like, I dig this. It's just different. It just feels different. I don't want the same fucking thing when it comes to a sequel to a movie. But you can glaze Predator 2 all you want. The floor is yours.
I pretty much already glazed it, dude. Like, there's not much more I can say. Like, it's my favorite of any Predator movie, and there will, in my, you're never gonna get another movie like Predator 1, and you're never gonna get another movie like Predator 2. So to me, it's like, what if Predator was a TV series and it was just, okay, Predator 1 was the jungle in Nicaragua, and then Predator 2 was the fucking concrete jungle of LA, Los Angeles, and then Predator 3 is the cold fucking plains of wherever Prey takes place. I was like, it could be episodic, and that's why I think this movie gets bagged unnecessarily, because that's what it should have been. That makes the most sense. He's a predator. He hunts in different environments. Why would he always just, I'm gonna go to the jungle? Oh, well, do I gotta wait until some fucking special forces group or some mercenary group with some crazy black guy that sees shadows goes into the jungle to do so? I gotta wait until that happens and then I can go and fight? No, you're gonna go hunt for the prey. Like, Harrigan was a bad motherfucker in the Predator's eyes, so he went after him. So it's like, I think that's the best thing to do with that situation. But other than that, like I said, 4 stars for me. I like it better than Predator 1. It doesn't mean it's a better movie. It's just my opinion. Fuck you.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit the bell so you never miss an update. If you want to support the channel and get exclusive content, check out our Patreon in the link below.